Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Virtual Circuit Racing MX5 Championship Round 1 from the circuit, the Ledenon. I'm JP. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Tom Cairns, who's going to come along for this series, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Following on from the TCRs, following on from the GT3s on AC, we have finally gone to iRacing. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that we can get replays. Yay! Clap, 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 everybody, because we can finally have replays of what goes on. As we know with AC, it's very, very difficult to get replays going. We've got some housekeeping to do. We've got about 16, well, just gone 15 minutes remaining of qualifying. So during that period of time, we will do some housekeeping and keep an eye on some of the times that are coming in. But let's bring Tom into the booth anyway. Tom, welcome in. Oh, where's Tom? Oh. I believe Tom did go and get a drink, so whether or not Tom has come back yet or not is there. Great to be watching again, ready for some top tier stuff. Yeah, Cal, we took a break for Christmas. I generally decide that it's going to be 2 weeks, so I take 2 weeks off with the odd broadcast here and there, and then we get going that way. Tom has just joined us after going to get a drink, so that's absolutely amazing. Tom, welcome in.
Hello James, how are we? Happy New Year to you all, and brilliant to see some Mazda MX-5s out on circuit here in Ledenon, situated in Gard in France. It's not a relatively sort of regularly used circuit in the real life world, but when it comes to racing like this, it does serve up a treat. Let me be honest with you with that.
Yeah, it's not really known, dude, to be blatantly honest. I don't think many people would even know it existed. It doesn't really do a lot. It's a fairly young circuit in conjunction with some of the others. You know, 1973 it opened, and when you look at places like Spa and Silverstone and Sebring and other places that go back miles and miles and miles, that's why we say Ledenon in Junction is quite a child in the world of track racing. But we're going to go on to MX5s. We've swapped over to iRacing. We've jumped into MX5s. Give us a rundown of what we're expecting this season.
Well, with these Mazda MX-5s, the racing they produce can be quite brilliant to see. But of course, for those who have been around in this league will maybe know the Mazda MX-5s from the back of their own hands. Some will just be getting up to speed with it, but I think with Traffic King, who's only just gone fast actually during the course of this qualifying session, it's a long one, this one, partly because of how in terms of the pace of the cars, and also depending on the circuits, just so they've got enough time to really understand these cars. It's kind of going to be up in the air. It's going to be maybe more unpredictable this season compared to maybe other cars that these are competing in separate seasons, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got literally Josh Hathwaite is obviously looking to be here as well. He's in 4th place at the moment, last season's champion of the GT3s in AC. Me and JP are experts in the MX5, says Craig Jones. I'm not really quite sure we're experts, Craig. We did race, and it didn't necessarily go so well, but we had to go. That's all that matters. Let's bring you up some of the housekeeping side of things that's going to be taking place this season as well. Rules and regulations for the MX-5s. Love our good rules and regulations. I have 5, if anybody knows me. And that's about all I feel I need to give you is basically 5 rules. But other people do a lot more, and this is some of them. So we're going to go across the season. We're going to have 2 drop rounds across the season, with the last round not being able to be dropped. Track limits and corner cuts penalties enforced by iRacing. 14x will get you a penalty, 17x will get you a DQ. So they haven't gone 17 DQ, 25, 17 drive through, 25 DQ. They've got 14 penalty, 17 DQ. Obviously, incidents deemed at your fault, you'll get 4 points. As you know, with iRacing in general, if anybody has done it there as well. Qualifying, open qualifying, as you can see, do not impede other drivers. Slowdown penalties, if you leave the track for any reason, for a fault of your own or another, and receive a slowdown, they must be taken without hindering, blocking another driver to save your position. We see a lot of that as well. Overtaking, keep it nice and clean, don't be silly. Let's bring you up the schedule for this season as well. We're going to go for the initial 5-week run. We're going to go Circuit de Ledenon, Snetterton 300, VIR Alton Park Island Circuit, and Circuit de Navarro. We're then going to have a 1-week break. Then we're off to Oschersleben, Winter Motor Raceway, Alton Park International, which is the full layout, Tsukuba 300, love it, and Lime Rock Park to finish off. So the season is full in depth this season as well. We normally do 8 races, but we're doing literally a full week of a 10 race calendar. Tom, there are some great tracks on that calendar. It's going to be a very interesting season as well.
I'm looking forward to it as well. A lot of great circuits where you wouldn't necessarily think that these Mazda MX-5s could be raced now. I mean, Alton Park clearly is. Navarra clearly is. VIR is going to be another circuit to look out for as well, with that long straight before the circuit just undulates again. But it's a long season. There's obviously that gap in the middle as well, which drivers can take a breather from before the business end of the season continues. But I think in the meantime, we'll focus on what we see here in Ledenon, because drivers are getting up to speed with these machines. I think the lap times are coming down from some of these drivers. I think they've got a decent handle on these compared to where they were during the practice session before qualifying had begun.
Absolutely, absolutely. 134.024 Traffic King down to a 138.672 from Liam Joyce. We've got 13 drivers in the session here as well. Some of the other things we've got to bring you up to date on as well. All rounds, and we do mean all rounds, will be 20 minutes qualifying. We will then have 20-minute races. So it's only a one race go. Obviously last season we had a couple of times there was 2 races, but I've been informed that all rounds are 20 minutes quali, 20-minute races. Fixed setups, no ballast. Obviously you can't do that in iRacing. You cannot ballast a driver. You can only ballast the car. You cannot balance a driver, and if you ballast the car in iRacing, well, as it's a one-car series, Tom, all of them will get ballast, which is not really fair, is it?
No. No, they want to have a good feel of the machines anyway, rather than just sticking something in there for the sake of making it fair for everyone. But of course, the racing we'll see will be brilliant. I think we'll see more of it than we did in the GT3s, because some drivers were stronger in that particular make of car, whereas in these Mazda MX-5s, I think considering the pace of these, it should help equalise the field in a way, particularly at the front of the field. We're seeing Traffic King, or Luke Woodhouse, go out on circuit now, thinking that he can better his 1:34.4. There's going to be a lot to look out for. I think we'll see how the start goes. With it being 20 minutes long, I would probably say we're going to see a fair amount of racing. But of course, with the damage of these, they are quite brittle, these machines, so there's going to be some drivers getting their elbows out and a little bit of rustiness in this first round.
Yeah, I think that's the thing you're going to be looking out for here as well. I am interested to see what's one thing we have not mentioned about this circuit.
Well, I mean, you look at the sort of the hairpin of Pont. I think it's going to be a potential overtaking place at the triple gorge of turn 1. If we've got 3 cars side by side of each other, that's going to make the battle rather interesting through that particular part of the course. And it's going to be it's that last proper corner of the circuit at Curvette is going to be, they're going to be all bunched up through there, and I think there's going to be one or two that may be a little bit exuberant, a little bit too exuberant through there, and it could be a few dramas perhaps through there, but we'll see how they go on, because they've not done a race yet around this course in these machines, so there's going to be some drivers, I think, pushing the limits a little bit too soon. But of course, as we all know, the race is not won on lap 1.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ames is in YouTube chat. Happy New Year. Cal was in there earlier on as well. Great to be watching some of the racing. And obviously, you guys have just received the gifted memberships from ourselves here as well. You get to use those funky emotes at the bottom. One of the other things we haven't picked up on, and it's to do with a clock. Tom, any ideas?
You would have to pick me up. You have to fill me in on that one.
What way does the circuit go?
It goes in an anti-clockwise direction.
Anti-clockwise. It is one of the very few circuits on the calendar that it does. I think it's the only circuit. If my brain is picturing all the others, I believe it is the only circuit that is anti-clockwise this season. Lime Rock's to the right, Sukubu to the right, Alton Park definitely to the right, Winton's to the right, Oschersleben goes up, yep, also to the right. I believe it is the only anti-clockwise circuit we've got going on this season, so we're looking forward to that. That is basically all you need to know about this championship. If there's anything else you want to know, let us know. If there's anything else that you want to do, get yourselves involved, you can do. Don't forget Discord link down below as well. Craig Jones filling us in and sitting in the pits. Yes, we did not have a good time, did we, Craig? Either on the series that we took part in. Tom, it was there was a lot of drivers, and it didn't go well. Let's just put it that way. Neither of us won the AM Championship. I might need to add. That's all. In fact, I don't even think I finished in the top 10. Top of it in YouTube chat. Happy New Year, folks. Missing this season, but great to be able to watch the boys. Pass my torpedo baton over to Chris McIntosh, so look out for those. Oh, God. All right, well, let's see how Chris gets on. Sitting in third at the minute ahead of Josh Hoffway. Happy New Year, Jeff Manning, to you as well. It's going to be a great season. I'm really looking forward to this one. MX5s as well. The racing's going to be absolutely incredible. And, well, just hold on to your hats. I think that's literally all we can say here as well. What we'll do, we'll pick up a Traffic King, who is literally just about to start a following lap. And we'll have a look and see how he gets on. This is turn number 1, the left-hander, of course, that goes all the way around. Why is it called triple gauche? Because it is a triple right and left-hander. It's 1, it's 2, and then it goes left again. Through the right-hander down into Pont. This is going to be an interesting one. If they do get this right, it's going to be satisfying. If they don't, there's going to be somebody on the inside making his way up past them. On the way now up to Caratesi, the left-hander coming up the top of the hill. Turn left again, hard on the brakes. Get it down into first gear, and then it's a run out, letting it drift a little bit right as well. Now we're down, coming on the run down into Camel, which is a right-hander at the base of the hill. Down we go, making sure that nobody can try and get up the inside there as well, because that will be dangerous going into the next right-hander of Cavalier. And then it's the run up in the hill into Servi, which is the left-hander, before the run down into Corvette, which is the final corner here as well. Tom, this track, it's up, it's down, it's left, it's right, it's up, it's down, it's very much undulating here as well. Surely it's got to be a flow track, isn't it? The drivers have got to get themselves into a flow to get through this circuit.
100%. It gives me vibes of Portsmouth when you think of it.
Yeah.
The way the circuit just undulates. Like even some parts of the corners, they're quite blind as well, because you can't really see the curb until you get there. Like that last corner there, and I think if it was that Pont corner where Traffic King was just going through, you'd hardly see the curb on the outside, and the last thing you want is exceeding track limits or going heavy on the curb and losing momentum on the exit, especially when you're fighting with the driver behind. And there is Chris McIntosh, who is one of the dark horses, I would say. I didn't say dark forces then. Dark horses.
All right, Luke. Darth Vader's up in the booth, everybody, as well. Yeah, I think you are right. I think it could be one of the dark horses as well. He's got a famous Rexy livery on his MX5. But the thing is, I think there could be probably a group of 7 that could really battle this way. I think right the way down to Leon Burton, I reckon could get themselves involved. Matthew Addy, maybe Burton's a little bit leading that bottom group of Burton, Price, Moss, Bosworth, Buckingham and Joyce. I'm thinking that we could have a nice little run here. And let's not forget as well, these MX5s, the drafts are strong, very, very strong. So you will get pulled along quite happily. Shams, you didn't miss anything. The only thing I'm missing, Shams, is you on the racetrack, buddy. A lot of love. Where are you? What's going on? And I think that's the thing. The car does draft rather well. So there's going to be a lot of side-by-side. There's going to be a lot of diving up the inside. There's going to be a lot of wheel-to-wheel, a little bit of banging. And I do believe the top 8, possibly there, Tom, could be the group that broke away.
We'll see. There is Josh Hathwaite coming through Pont, who sits in a relatively nice 5th position as we speak, around about 6/10 off the pace to the pole position. So we've got less than 2 minutes remaining, so it's a last chance now for drivers to make any form of improvement. I think the last driver to make a move up the order, I think, was Luke Southall, because he jumped in front of Quantis Serra, who is the only driver overseas to be competing in this series. Running in 7th place, doing a relatively nice job so far. It's not a multi-class field, just so that you know. They're all in the same class as each other. So it'll be all elbows out from lights out until the flag. And Josh Hathwaite, I don't know whether he was on a final lap or not, but that car came back ahead of him. Might well have hindered him a little bit there, but ultimately stayed out of the way. But here we are. There is Hathwaite coming through. Gone green in sector 2.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to improve though, James, because he got held up by whoever it was that rejoined back onto the circuit.
Yeah, I think it's Bosworth on the right hand side there. Chams, I'm not being rude here, son, but why would you sell it without having it? Or did you have to sell it to be able to buy it? Because I don't sell a car unless I've got a replacement. chaps. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sell my trainers unless I've got more to put my feet in. Most people don't sell something unless they've got something. But unless it's a necessity, of course, where you have to sell one to get the other one. So let me know on that one as well. Coming into the last couple of minutes of, last 20 seconds actually, of qualifying. 1:33.849 from Traffic King. Woodhouse 1:34.378. Haithwaite 34.421. Did improve, puts himself into third. McIntosh 34.519. Yellow flag next to his name. He's just got to slow down. 34.559 for Price and Southall. Going to be interesting. We'll bring you up the grid very, very shortly once this session clocks over as well, which will be after some of these have finished their lap, and it is, I think, Haithwaite's probably going to call it a day. McIntosh, no real improvement. Southall, no real improvement. Joyce, no improvements either. So nobody's going to really making any form of improvement at all, unless Chris can pull something out of the hat bag. Coming up over the left down, and nope, dives into pit lane. So that's going to be pretty much it as well. Well, I was giving myself an excuse to miss this track. Jams. Really? Dude, come on. Come on. Should be a good race. It will do there as well. And I'm looking forward to this one as well. Tom, don't sit on the fence. Who do you think is going to win?
It's a safe bet, but Traffic King seems to have this one.
Okay. I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Luke. I'm going to write these down. Go with Luke. I think Mr. Woodhouse is going to take it. Should be a good race. I agree. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring you up the grid as soon as it becomes available, and we'll be able to run you through who is where. I switched from a G29 to a Moser R12. Bit of a shock. Cal, I had a friend who's got, well, actually, Craig Jones, I don't know if you're still here. He's gone to a Moser, and he has nothing but problems. Nothing but problems. Disconnects, won't connect, won't update, firmware updates, cables falling out. It's been a nightmare for him. In fact, he literally missed most of the season that we were racing in together. Not most of the season, probably a third of the season that we were racing in, purely because his wheel didn't have feedback. It didn't have... It missed absolutely loads. It was horrendous. Don't know what the hell was going on. Zero problems. Maybe it's just Craig Jones not being able to handle technology then, Cal, I guess, on that one. So there we go. Where is this grid? What is going on? We wait for them to go over, ready to get racing. 20-minute racing, let's not forget. No reverse grids, no ballasts, no nothing. It's a straight out sprint, and I think we are going to have an absolute humdinger from the top 8. And then we're going to have 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 are also going to go in battle. And I think we are going to be in for a absolute corker. Why they're doing that, again, there's a schedule on the screen. It's Net 300. That's going to be an interesting one. VIR will be an interesting one as well. Schedule off. Traffic King, pole position. Luke Woodhouse in second, half a second back. Josh Haithwaite in third. Then you've got Chris McIntosh, Dave Price, and Lee Southall. Juan Cicero, Matthew Addy, Luke Burton, Darryl Moss, Stephen Bosworth, and Dan Buckingham at the back end. And then last on the grid is Liam Joyce. Let's see how this one goes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages. The lights are going to be coming on very, very shortly. We're just waiting for Juan Cicero to get onto the grid, and then we will be green, green, green. My R9 gave me no issues either. Hoping Sim Magic treats me the same. Well, Shams, maybe. Right, round one. He's under lights. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we are green, 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 and it's go, go, go for round one at Ledenon. And it is Traffic King, who has broken away right at the beginning. He's got that run down into turn number 1. Luke Woodhouse through into second place, holding on from Josh Haithwaite. McIntosh third, Price fourth, Southall in Price in fifth, Southall down in sixth. No change in the top 7, in the top 6. Matthew Addy has cleared Juan Cicero to make his way up one place there as well. Traffic King doing what he needed to do, Tom. He got off the line. No changes in the top 6. Everybody in the same position.
Yeah, everyone's just behaving themselves through there, because it is a corner where incidents can happen no matter which series is competing around here in Ledenon. But King has got to the best start possible to start off his season, and Woodhouse he'll do his utmost to keep up with him. But when they get onto the pit straight, the slipstream effect will come into its own, and that's where the overtaking will start to begin. But you can just see there is a few gaps beginning to develop. during the course of this opening lap here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Bosworth's got himself a slowdown at the back end of the grid there. You can see it's the front four, then it's a 1.2 second gap back to Dave Price. Price is doing his best to hold up Southall, to hold up Addy. Southall and Addy swapping positions backwards and forwards through the left-hander. They go on the run down into Corvette. Dave Price is a little bit of a cork in the bottle. Matthew Addy, Lee Southall, Juan Teixeira tucked in right behind him. Burton is there as well. He's trying to clutch up to Teixeira. Moss on his own at the moment, 1.1 back to Joyce, then Joyce has got 1.1 to Bosworth, and Bosworth's got Buckingham closing in behind him. Here's the runs that we're going to be expecting. This is where it's all going to go, I think, here for Josh Haythwaite through first part of the left-hander of turn number one, then into the second. Can he manage this? It's going to be interesting to see how they play this one, Tom, because I do wonder whether or not some of these are going to be thinking, I can score points.
There's a chance they can score points. It looks like Stephen Bosworth has gone down the order. It looks like he may as well have had a moment somewhere. Sarah's had a slowdown. Yeah, we're going to see why Bosworth has gone round. Has he gone over the curb here a little bit too much? Well, he's got his line wrong for a start.
Sarah's done the same thing. You just see to Sarah in front there. You can just see him. Here he goes. I think he just runs wide. Same thing again, really. Same corner. Just does not get the second part right, and unfortunately snaps it off. And Juan Teixeira goes off the side of the circuit. Great thing about being on iRacing, we get replays. Love it. So the front three, front four, very close together here, Tom. I still think that these guys are going to be the ones battling.
I could agree with that, but it's just about keeping up with King up in front, because Woodhouse needs to close in. I mean, because King is the leader, he's not going to have the slipstream effects from the car in front. He's the one punching a hole in the air, and the field are going with him. So Woodhouse is going to have to do his utmost to stay in touch with him, but now he's got Josh Haythwaite on his tail on the approach to turn one at the beginning of lap 3. Haythwaite thought about it. He may go to the inside. He will do, you know. Is he going to be able to do enough to head on through? He is at the inside, later on the brakes, and Haythwaite is through into second.
Yeah, on board shot there with Chris McIntosh. Woodhouse is going to come back. It's going to be contact. There's not. Woodhouse holds the line down into pond. We're on a bird's eye view of Chris McIntosh. McIntosh is going to make the opportunity. He's going to go for it. Haythwaite run a little bit wide into pond. Now McIntosh is going at him once more on the run up into Karazesi, the left-hander. Chris McIntosh here with Haythwaite with Woodhouse, but all the while they're doing that, Tom. Look at King's Gap. He's just got it out to 1.3, and he didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, well, I was looking at Woodhouse where he was on the circuit when he was going back ahead of Haythwaite heading towards Pond. It felt to me like he went off the circuit to get the position back. Maybe able to see a replay of that one, but either way, Woodhouse is back into second place. No slowdown came up on the timing page. So it feels to me like Woodhouse may as well go away with it, but of course there are the cuts, by the way. So just to remind you, it's 14 cuts for a penalty, 17 for a disqualification. So I don't know whether we maybe got an incident for going off the circuit to pass Haythwaite on that one. Did Woodhouse?
Yeah, you might have got a point, but we're gonna. Oh, big snap from Haythwaite. He's run it wide as well, dropped all the way down in there as well. Shams. Right as Shams, but come on, Josh. And Josh goes and snaps it off the circuit. Jan, that one's on you. I'm not even going to blame the commentators on that because we didn't say anything. So, poor old Shams cursing Josh Haythwaite there. And, well, that's great for us on that one. Addy now is closing in. He's wrapping up right behind Lee Southall as well. This is the thing as well. We said it, and I said at the beginning, the 8, and it's actually 7 now with Haythwaite in there because obviously the incident with Teixeira. But they're not very far apart. 6.8 seconds from 8th down to 1st. Ain't long.
It's not. But you can see Addy on the outside of Price here, heading towards the Carras. And now, you just see. I wonder how far you can go off the circuit before you get that slowdown around here. It feels to me like iRace is a little bit more generous with the slowdowns around here compared to some circuits. So that might play into the hands of the drivers. You can just see Addy getting on the curve there.
Oh,
that was
he got it wrong. He got it wrong, didn't he? You're right, he hit the curb. But now he's going to leave himself open. Addy's going to try and go right the way around the outside It's going to be a move over Price. You've got to give him room. Price is all out of control. He got it all a little bit feet-tongue there, did Price. And he got a little bit of a wiggle. And now it's all down to what Addy's going to be able to do here. Can he look up the inside going into the final corner of Curvet? It's going to be tight, but I don't think he can do it. Price has got a little bit of a better run, but that was a scary moment between Addy and Price on that one.
Yeah, but Price's exit out of Curvet wasn't particularly great, and that's going to give the chance for Price to potentially go on through into turn 1. But he also needs to watch for Southall, who's also fancying his chances. He'll be happy to sit back and just watch these two fight it out and then just take advantage of an opportunity. There goes Addy on Price into the triple gorge. Is Addy through at last? He is. But will Price fight back by having the inside line for Pon? He is. And Southall, well, he's having to wait around, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like waiting for a bus at the moment, isn't he? Poor old Southall. He's got nowhere to go. He doesn't know where he can go, and he's going up the inside of Price. Price is going to lose 2 for 1 on this lap alone. He's off the side of the circuit. That's going to be an off track for Dave Price. How is he going to be able to get through here? Well, he's got to go now over Southall. Southall was patient, and he sat there waiting, and he sat there waiting, and he literally just waited for Dave Price to make a mistake. Said, thank you very much. I'm going to go up the inside. These guys having a right little bit of a ding-dong further back. Moss has just lost a place to Tazera. That's hurt him there as well. Oh, what was going on there? Hold on.
That's Bosworth, who's lapped down.
Bosworth's got lapped, unfortunately for him as well. He's been in pit lane. Stephen Bosworth, I think he broke his car. Burton's there at the same time. He's got Liam Joyce tucked in, chasing him as well. But look at these guys here. Oh, Lee, you naughty boy. I think he hit him. I absolutely believe he's hit him.
I want to see a replay of that because he was quite far behind him, unless there was contact already made before they even got to the corner. James.
All right, hold on. Didn't do it. He boinked him. He did. He boinked him in the bum. And unfortunately, that has put Addy down. The order. Starfall there as well. Oh. Well, did he just miss his braking point, do you think?
Perhaps. I mean, you saw the brake lights on Addy's car, didn't you? So, it's a tricky one, but I think that was rather more clumsy from Southall rather than the fact that it wasn't. But we are looking now at Darryl Moss running in 9th place. He's still got Addy. That is Addy in front of him, isn't it? So Addy's making up for lost time, isn't he? And he's not got long left in this race. We're nearly halfway through this one. But Haythwaite is on the tail of Price for 4th position now. There they are, look. Now Haythwaite, who had that moment at Curvet not too long ago, has managed to get himself back into the action. He feels that Dave Price is there for the taking here.
Oh, he is. Price has heated up his tyres there, Tom, and unfortunately he's got a little bit squirrely. He's going to have to defend here. He's going to have to get elbows out, try and stop him. If you can slow him down enough, you might be able to get him into the back, into Lee Southall. Southall will catch the draft, and it will be quite strong, and that is without a shadow of a doubt here. But you've got to be aware that he's coming at him. But if I was Price, I would do my darndest to hold up Haythwaite. Get him in the clutches of Southall. Get Southall giving him some grief. Get Price is offline. He cannot get that car back in. He is trying his absolute hardest to get that car back in. This is what he needed. This is exactly what he needed. He needed these two to go at it. And that should give Dave Price a little bit of a breather for probably about half a lap here, Tom, before these guys are coming back at him. But he needs that Southall Haythwaite battle. He's got to give himself time. Haythwaite is left an absolute bucket full of room for Southall to make that move and then just go and undercut him in the process. So what more could you say?
Well, there's not much more I can say on that. Addy has got by Tissera further back whilst we were watching this. And there goes Southall on Haythwaite. Haythwaite is just happy to let him go here because this corner is not the best to be fighting with someone. So I think Haythwaite took the sensible option to allow him to go by. But now they want to be on the tail of Dave Price, who's now 7 seconds off Chris McIntosh, who's running in P3. None of the top three actually fight. Oh, that's contact. That was Haythwaite on Southall.
Yeah, he gave him a little bit. He did give him a little bit there. Managed to get a hold onto it, Southall, but Haythwaite, he had a snap at his heels. Definitely did on that one. So we'll keep an eye and watch as these guys unfold here as well. Ron Tissera chasing down Matthew Addy. Addy did make that move, but it's been backwards and forwards. They actually have passed each other 3 times already going into this lap alone. So they've been very, very close together, Addy and Tissera. We'll keep an eye on them once more. Quick rundown, Truff King out in front, got away at the beginning. No real dramas at all. Luke Woodhouse done a great job and managed to hold on to that second place. As soon as Haythwaite made a mistake, he was on his own, and that's fine. Another driver driving around. You can see the cars in front, but just can't quite get close enough, is Mr. Chris McIntosh. Then you've got this. Dave Price has gone round, not quite sure how, but safe. Oh, was there more contact? The fiercest thing. Let's have a look here as well. Southall again? Oh, no. Yes? No? No?
No, Price spun by himself.
Yeah, I think he just tried to carry too much power, didn't he?
Especially part of the circuit where it inclines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he just carried too much speed, and he was trying to hold the speed around the corner, and then of course he still had his foot on the power. And the problem with having your foot on the power is not the fact that you're going to be able to hold it, because Southall's just made an absolute blinding error. And that's what's happened. What happened to Southall coming out of the corner, you can see he literally slammed the throttle down. The back end of the car went like it's a bit of a squirrel. And that's what's happened to Price. The difference is obviously Price has kept his foot in and has managed to go all the way around, which now means he's dropped into the Darrell Moss, Price, Tissera, Addy situation. So this could be an interesting one now as well. 7 minutes to go, Tom. They started to spread out just a little bit away from each other here. We should really, I would have thought, this gap start closing in as tyres start going off.
Well, you would think that. But how are Traffic King's tyres? It feels like he's managed them very, very well. He's not having to really fight the car too much. I can tell you in terms of lap times that they've been doing. King did a 1:34.9, Woodhouse did a 1:35.4, and McIntosh did a 1:35.5. So it feels to me like you can tell that King is managing his tyres fine, as are Woodhouse and McIntosh. Whereas the likes of Haythwaite and those downwards, I think it's safe to say it's been a different story.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think the thing now is, and I think this is why it matters in this situation, is the fact that they've all been in their own battles below the guys up front. I think that's the thing. The guys up front have had, I'm not going to say had it easy, but they've kind of escaped away, and they've just been running their laps and settling in and making sure that they can get to the end of the race. Where these guys, Mosses, the Prices, the Tisseras, the Addies, the Southalls, they've all been having their own little bit of a ding-dong, you know what I mean? And they've all been had to get involved, and they've had to get their elbows out, Tom, and there's lots of throttle slamming and stuff like that. And that's probably why we're seeing a little bit more of a sliding situation when some of them are applying the throttle.
Although we see Darrell Moss in 9th, well, he's got Dave Price in front of him. He will not be in the best of moods after that spin he had at Pond Corner. But coming into the closing stages of this first race of the season at Ledenon, there goes Dave Price heading through on Juan Tissera to the outside, unless Tissera decides to be a little bit. I think he's got a little bit too deep, actually, as Tissera, by the looks of it there. No, he seems to have got through the corner. Because the thing is, when you go offline like that and you carry at more speed, you are bound to run in so deep. But Tissera seemed to have managed the situation very, very well here. But where will Price decide to go for it? Well, he feels that Pont is there. That's where he spun last time. And he just about avoids contact there with the Argentine.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that one. Do not want to be doing that one. Pricey, you've done it once. You don't want to be doing it again. Moss is in 9th place. Price in 8th. Tissera in 7th. Bosworth looks like he's had a bit of a dramatic evening. And unfortunately for him, he has gone and done something again. He is in his student driver livery, so, you know, give him a little bit of a break. He is advertising the fact that he doesn't drive these cars. And unfortunately for Stephen, he has gone round. So there we go. And he's now a lap down, but we have got the Price to Sarah, the Moss situation still fighting it out here as well, as these guys continue in through the left-hander of Survey down into Corvette, the final corner on this racetrack. 4 minutes to go. Probably going to be about another 3 laps, Tom, possibly 4.
Yeah, it depends on where King is around the circuit now. If he's only just started this lap, it will be 3, because the lap times are just around about 1:35, aren't they? So 2 laps would be 3 minutes 10. So beginning this lap, it'll be 3 laps to go.
Pseudo is going to make a move on the inside. Price over to Sarah. Oh, blimey. Price is very, very quick going into the left-hander. Is he going to be able to hold it now? He's got to get on the brakes as well. Get it slowed down. Away we go. And Price and Sarah make it through. It's now going to be these guys fighting out as well. I'm enjoying these replays. So Dames in YouTube chat. I'm enjoying them too, to be honest. And to get to see what happened. That was me. It's actually amazing. So there we go, but Price and Sarah still going to continue fighting out. 3 minutes to go. Our leader is on his way out of Cavalier before we go into Survey, which is just on the left-hand side there. Look for the little red dot on the track map. That is your leader, Luke Woodhouse, coming in behind that. Chris McIntosh in behind that one as well. The gap now starting to spread out. There is your gainers and losers on the left-hand side as well. McIntosh up 1, Southall 1, Addy 2. Then we've got Moss as a gainer, Joyce has gained 2. Buckingham ain't really gone, he's not gone anywhere, neither has Woodhouse, neither has Trav King. So great job from all these guys that managing to hold on to their positions. But Trav at the moment, 2.2 seconds out in front, 2:35. It's going to be 1 and 1 more here before the end of this race. Tissera's only got 1 and 1 more as well, Tom, but he does look like he's having a right little ding-dong with old Dave Price there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not giving up by any means. Tissera, I said Rivera there, I don't know why I said that. Tissera on the tail still of Price on the exit Corvette, but it feels to me with the genuine pace that Price has, not to disrespect Tissera by any means, but it feels like Price has got all the perks to just remain in front there, and I doubt he's going to catch up to Matthew Addy before this race is over. And this is the closest weapon we've got for you at the moment on circuit. Behind Tissera will be Daryl Moss, who is determined to make an impression on this race so far. It feels to me like he's not had an awful lot to do, but he's got time to put it right against the Argentine that is ahead of him.
I did think Moss might have got through. I thought Moss might have pushed it and really put it out there. Now, I don't know if Daryl has driven these before. He's a 1221i rating, so I'm guessing he must have driven them at some point. Difference between him and Trav King's is 5.5. You know, not 5.5, that's it, 5.5k. 5,521. Lowest I rating at the moment is Stephen Bosworth on 966, so a big spread. We probably could do Pro and Ams here with the top 7 and the bottom 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but it's an open series, so we'll leave it at that and let them go full blast. So I was hoping that Moss was kind of going to be a bit more steely as Trafford King goes over the line, and Luke Woodhouse as well for the very final lap here again. Yeah, so I was hoping Moss was going to get his elbows out a little bit and give Tissera a bit of a run through.
He needs the best of exits coming out of here. When they get to turn 1, it'll be the last time they'll be heading through that. So if Moss is going to make the move stick, I mean, the thing that's helping Tissera is the tow from Price's car.
Yeah.
That is what's keeping him ahead of Moss, or helping him keep ahead of Moss. I don't really see anything changing here now, James. This looks to be concrete to the end.
No. I think Moss is going to go for it. I don't know where. I don't know when. He's only got a lap. So it's got to be this lap. But I think Moss is going to have a go. I'm hoping he has a go. There we go. I don't know where he's going to have a go, but he's going to have a go somewhere. As our leader is on the run up into Survey, the second to last corner, as Daryl Moss is going to have a go. God, Daryl, son. Step down on the inside of him. He's left the door wide open. Get the run out there. As he's going to give it a go for Mr. Moss. Nope, unfortunately not. As our leader is on the run down. The gap has come down quite a lot actually up front. It was about 1.7, wasn't it? I suppose it's about 1.4 now, but Trav King comes over the line. He's going to wrap up the opening round victory here in second to Ledenon. It's going to be Trav King. He is your winner. He's going to get that position, get the job done. Trav over the line in first. Luke Woodhouse comes over in second there as well, and in third place. But I do want to go here because Tissera and Moss Go on, boss, son. He's having a right old little ding-dong. Sarah's going to try and come back at him into the final corner. It's going to be a run up the hill. Has Daryl Moss got this position away? I'm getting excited, but it's only over ninth place. But Daryl Moss has got his elbows out. Can he get it down into the line as well? It's a long run down. Daryl Moss. Go on, son. Final lap there, Tom. Daryl Moss has a go.
Proving me wrong. Well done there, Daryl Moss, for getting that move done on Quantisera right at the very, very end. And, well, we've learned something from this first race, haven't we? I mean, the drivers getting to the swing of things, all making it to the end as well. And Luke Burton getting over the line. We're just waiting for Liam Joyce, Dan Buckingham and Stephen Bosworth to cross over the line to register their finishes in race 1.
The boss is going to come over the line first, but he is a lap down on Mr. Buckingham, who is there. I think this is the thing. I think somebody's... For me, this probably wasn't the greatest opening course to throw people in if people weren't expecting or haven't driven MX5s before, right? This is quite a tough circuit. So I think, you know, everybody's done rather well, and I think as the season goes on, we're going to see a mass progression. I do believe there's going to be a mass progression of all these people racing, and I think there's going to be more coming in as well. And I believe this is just going to get better and better and better as the season goes on. So let's bring you up the results here from round number 1. Trav King is your winner with Luke Woodhouse in 2nd place, Chris McIntosh in 3rd. Josh Haithwaite grabs himself a 4th after the battling back there and as well. Lee Southall 5th, Matthew Addy in 6th. Then you got Dave Price, Daryl Moss having a go at Juan Tissera on the final lap. One's going to be kicking himself there. Luke Burton in 10th, Liam Joyce 11th, Dan Buckingham and Stephen Bosworth. So great job from all of these guys as well. That wasn't a bad opening round, was it?
Most certainly not. Jeffrey Kane doing what he does best. From lights out to the flag, they're leading every single lap of the race. Luke Woodhouse and Chris McIntosh having strong drives as well. Hayford will be a little bit disappointed though, because he did have that spin earlier on, didn't he, that cost him time, but at least he recovered to 4th place. But all in all, a relatively decent first round for the drivers on the back of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we will kick it off with our race round 1 winner. Is, of course, Mr. Trav King. Trav, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Hey, boys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sunshine.
Happy New Year, Trav.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Ooh.
Nice little calm Christmas. Well, it wasn't actually. It was chaotic, but I
Oh.
was busy. But yeah, it was all good. You boys?
Mate, it was good.
Good New Year.
Yeah, it was quiet. It was good. It was all good. I say quiet. I've got kids, bro, so it's never really quiet, is it? I spent Christmas Day building things.
Yeah,
all in
Lego and that.
yeah, and gaming chairs, actually.
Nice.
I built 3 of them.
Like it.
So, yeah, there we go.
Fair play.
How was it out there, mate? Anyway, back to what we actually got going on here this evening. How was the racing?
Yeah, it was good.
Was you bored by
Just
lap
had to-
5?
Just had to keep tyres, I think it was, because they love being on slip angle around here, so you've just got to keep it tidy, because they end up an absolute mess if not. Yeah, it was good fun.
Well, you weren't really under pressure apart from the first couple of laps there, mate. So was tyre saving really that much of a problem?
Well, I tried to keep a little bit, and then Luke was pushing me on like by maybe about 12 minutes left or something like that. So I thought I had to push on a little bit. But yeah, it'd have been. I did debate at one point backing him into Chris just so we got a bit of a party on, but I thought no, I'll be sensible for the first one.
I probably would do, mate, and bag the points there as well. So well done, fella, on that one. Favourite track of the season, or am I asking a question that you do not know the answer to?
What we got?
Oh my
Hang
God, I knew we were going to have this problem.
Hang on.
Ledenon 300, BIR, Alton Park Island, Circuit de Navarro, Oschersleben, Winter Motor Raceway, Alton Park again on the international layout, Tsukuba or Lime Rock?
It's got to be Snet or Alton, definitely.
Okay, mate.
Both good tracks, both technical out there.
Yeah, we'll see
Should
how
be
it
good with
goes.
these as well. Big toe down back straight, Snet.
Yeah, should be a good one, mate. Hopefully, good season ahead as well. Well done, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Yeah, just all you boys for putting it on. I'm sure stream was good. We'll have a look now. We've switched over to iRacing. See how it gets on.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. It was all right. We had replays.
Nice.
I know.
I like it.
Absolutely. All right, man. You take care. We'll catch up soon, yeah?
See you later on.
Take care, man. All right, next up, we're going to go in to second place man, Mr. Luke Woodhouse. He had a bit of a battle right at the beginning, and then after that, it was just chase as much as he possibly can. Come out, finished in second. Let's bring him in. Luke, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Hello, guys. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, all good. Yeah, little battle. Not much more else. Just chasing, like you said.
Yeah, it was very, very much that as well. You were holding round around that 2 to 1.6 second mark. You couldn't quite get underneath it, but you might have picked up a little bit of a draft and been able to pull him in a little bit closer. But was that due to the nature of the circuit, for instance, Luke?
I think the slipstream around here, the draft, is pretty big, and I think had a little bit of not a mistake when Josh caught up, but wasn't driving as fast as I probably should have been.
Yeah.
Obviously, Josh made the move, and then that put me, just out of the draft, just out of the slipstream for Traff, and that does account for a good 2, 3, 4 attempts, maybe even on the straights if you're close enough.
Yeah.
So after I was out of that, it was sort of couldn't really catch, couldn't really get any closer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting season, though, Luke, isn't it? Switched over to iRacing from AC. We've been with AC for what have we been? 3 seasons?
Oh, three,
4
seasons.
us, I think.
We did it a few before you guys streamed, but yeah, it seems to have been taken very well. I think everyone's enjoying it. Everyone seems to be putting a lot of hours into it now. A lot of the lads have really took the switch. Yeah, people seem to be liking it, which is good. There's a bit of a controversial opinion probably at the start when it was announced, but everyone seems to be happy with it, so that's good.
And how are you going to win the championship?
Oh mate, I don't know. I don't think so. Traff's got some serious pace, so. But yeah, I mean it's round 1. I don't know.
All right, bud. Well, good luck there, fella. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, all the lads again. We've got a few new lads in this season for the iRacing, and a few that had done previous seasons but have jumped back in. So yeah, just shout out to those guys and shout out to all the lads who have been doing it, for the past 3-4 seasons, who make the races possible, and we've ended up with a good little community going on. And thanks to you guys as well for the streams every week.
No problem there, fella. Right. So, well done on your second there, bud. Let's see how you get on for the rest of the season.
Nice one, guys. Take care.
Wait. All right, now let's bring in your third place man, Mr. Chris McIntosh. He had a little bit of the same scenario as kind of Mr. Woodhouse, really. He had a little bit of a ding-dong at the beginning with him, and Josh and Luke all got involved. And then that was it. Josh made a mistake, and it was kind of much chase in that Rexy delivered Mazda. Chris, welcome in, bud.
How's it going?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. Good evening of racing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was did better than I expected, to be honest.
Dude, third place, man. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I ran out of pace come the end once the tyre started going off, but then once you fall out the toe with the Mazdas, that's it. You're kind of you're a bit sitting duck at that point.
Yeah, you're just kind of racing around on your own, aren't you? Trying to pick up tenths if you can. Trying to get trying to get your nose back in. How's the season going to go for you, though, Chris? What do you reckon? You going to make them all?
Yeah, I'll make them all. I don't see why I would be missing any, to be perfectly honest. And I quite enjoy the Mazda. It's quite a fun wee car. So I'm hoping to be up there, but we'll see.
Keep driving like that, mate. You've got every opportunity. This is the thing with these cars. They deliver great racing. You could have 50 cars on the racetrack, or you could have 10, and you will get great racing from the mx5s. Always been the same.
Yep, I agree. So
and there you go. Where do you reckon you're going to come in the championship?
I would like to be in the top 3. I'm not going to lie and say first, because that ain't going to happen, but you never know. But I'd like to be in the top 3.
Oh, man. Well, good luck, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just you guys for returning. Everyone else again putting on a show. Hopefully the stream's good. I'll watch it back soon. But yeah, enjoying myself.
Awesome job there, man. Well, look forward to catching up with you next week, mate. Take care. Have a good one.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go, Tom. Round 1 done. And not a bad opening round at all.
We've got 9 more to do.
We have.
Looking forward to and we're looking forward to see how they go on. It's nice that whoever it was that mentioned Snetterton and Oldham. I really look forward. Yeah, I think it was Trafficking, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how these cars thrive over there because they are very much Mazda type circuits.
Oh, they're built for them.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
Absolutely built for them as well. These little Miatas are going to be having a great fun round there, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us, everybody on YouTube chat. Tom Burnett, Ames, Shams, Jeff, Cow was in there as well. Craig Jones popped his head in. I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, well, apologies on that one. Join us a little bit later on as well. We've got one more race coming up this evening as well. Goes live about 11 o'clock tonight, and that is at the GNR Racing League from La Laguna Seca. That's the GTE series, another series in iRacing. It's got a lot of love recently as well, so join us for that one. But for now, I've been JP, I've been alongside Tom Cairns, and as always, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.